April 1815, the eruption of Mount Tambora caused what is known as the year without a summer. It was the largest eruption in 1,300 years, resulting in a volcanic winter.
You're now in Transylvania. I kind of wish we would just go straight to Lake Como to meet Lord Byron first thing tomorrow morning. But Percy and Clara seem to be in their element. They're talking it up with all the locals, learning all the local superstitions, the ghost stories. I haven't slept well since arriving here. But last night we attended a Kabbalah class given by a rabbi named Frankenstein. The class was interesting. We have been invited to visit the royal family. The Queen is a fan of Percy's work, loves his poetry. Percy is not a monarchist, but has still agreed to be a guest at the royal castle. I can't help but wonder when his big mouth will eventually get him into trouble.
Would His Majesty like to go for a walk out in the garden?
For what purpose?
Get some sun?
Sun? Seriously? The skies have been dark gray for weeks now. Who would ever imagine Transylvania as a dark and gloomy land? All over the world we are known as tropical Transylvania.
Right. I am sorry.
Oh, sorry? You're sorry?
Yes. Again, I am sorry, sire.
Not that there is talk of possible Ottoman invasion, but I have to deal with the stupidity of a second-rate court jester.
Oh, Your Majesty, what was that for?
I decided you were right, and I should partake in some fun. Now stand up and I shall have even more fun.
Methinks I was wrong about your need to have fun, my lord. Especially with this possible Ottoman invasion and talk of a possible pineapple farmers' revolt.
What? Why would the pineapple farmers revolt? They make a decent living. Pineapples are our #1 export.
The dark and gloomy weather is apparently affecting the harvest this year, sire.
Oh well, no matter. Should the pineapple farmers revolt, I shall throw them in the dungeon.
Yes, Your Majesty. Very good, Your Majesty.
By the way, where are the Queen and the Royal Prince?
I know not, Your Majesty.
My lord, you won't believe the gossip I have heard.
A bigger question is, why would I be interested in such gossip?
The poet, Percy Shelley, is traveling through the country.
Milady, I only pretended to be interested in poetry when I was trying to win your hand in marriage. Sadly, I succeeded there, and you have bored me ever since.
Percy Shelley is apparently on his way to visit Lord Byron. Byron, of course, is living in exile.
Yes. I stopped reading the papers because I was so tired of hearing about Lord Byron and his scandalous affair.
What? You don't find his scandal interesting?
Why should I? I have over 50 mistresses.
I can't believe how blunt you are about such things.
You're free to fool around too. I don't give a shit so long as you don't get caught.
Have Your Majesties ever considered maybe trying couples counseling?
Counseling?
Couples? Sounds somewhat kinky. How many couples would we be colluding with?
No, my lord, not colluding. Counseling. therapy.
Sounds like witchcraft to me.
Witchcraft? Really? This country hasn't persecuted a witch in over 100 years. I do believe my great-great-grandfather was the king during the last witch trial.
Yes, and perhaps like the fool earlier today, your great-great-grandfather was correct.
Seriously, if he had been correct when he executed the witch who allegedly cursed him, he would not have been overthrown by your great-great-grandfather's supporters.
I suspect there may be witches in our land again.
Oh, hush.
Why has the sun been blotted out of the sky? Why is it always dark and cloudy?
My dear, read a paper. It's the volcanic eruption that has been the cause of all this.
Wait, where have you read a newspaper?
Me? Read a newspaper? What? Me read? My lord. We all know women don't do that.
I had all the papers banned in this country. I have all the reporters locked up in the dungeons.
I still say you should execute the lot of them.
Jester, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Execute journalists. What do you think this is? Some sort of banana republic or autocracy?
Well, your great-great-grandfather did inspire a group of rich landowners and peasants to descend upon this castle and kill all the male members of my family in a coup. So
Where did you hear that?
You bragged about it in the wedding vows you wrote for our special day.
Oh, right. So I did. My bad.
But my cousin wrote me a letter from a land where they have newspapers and where the journalists aren't imprisoned for life, and apparently there was this huge volcanic eruption that spewed ash into the sky all over the Western world, and that is why it's so dark.
Isn't your cousin that very homely woman who somehow has been mistress and wife of several kings?
Yes, my cousin Dogface Baskerville.
Yes, well, she is definitely a witch. Being able to cast a spell like that on world leaders, I would pay no heed to any of the nonsense she tells.
Where do you believe the witches live?
It's very hard to pinpoint exactly, but I believe they live in the ghettos.
Oh, yes. What a shock you would come to that conclusion.
Where do you suppose he's going?
I hope it's not to use the laboratory again today, man.
Why ever not?
The groom of the stool is on vacation this week, so I'm stuck doing double duty or double duty.
Groom of the stool is a highly coveted job.
But double duty.
It was a joke.
Yes.
And a rather crappy one at that.
Is it safe now?
Oh yes, Percy Shelley, do come in.
Oh, where are my manners? This is my girlfriend Mary and her stepsister Claire.
Lovely to meet you both.
Are you sure this is all right? We don't want to intrude.
No, I told you and your friends can stay as long as you like. I insist.
We got thrown out of our hotel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mary's a moaner.
Am not.
R2.
Am not.
Ladies, please. This is not the time or
Oh,
place.
it's fine. I used to do my fair share of moaning too. Then the menopause kicked in and I grew a mustache.
And that killed your sex drive?
Oh no, I'm horny as hell these days. My husband lost interest in me, even after I shaved my mustache.
Well, I like my women hairy.
You do?
Oh, yes. My wife shaves everything. And that's why she sits at home as the three of us travel Europe
Well,
together.
that. And she's very old-fashioned and believes in monotony.
Monogamy?
I think I'm right.
Let me ring for the maid and she can show you to your rooms.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Show our honored guests to their rooms, please.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Isn't it awesome?
I can't believe Percy Shelley is staying here with us. However did you meet him?
Okay, you can't tell anyone. Especially not my fuddy-duddy husband.
I swear.
I met them at... Oh my goodness! I can't believe I'm telling you this. At Rabbi Frankenstein's Kabbalah class.
Oh my lord, you're studying Kabbalah?
Shh! I know. It's such a trendy thing now.
Like 20 years ago it was. So are you going to start wearing that red thread around your wrist now?
I am wearing it. It's supposed to ward off evil.
I heard laughter in the east wing of the castle.
Guess it doesn't work.
Are the ghosts back?
No, my lord, we have company.
Well, that's a relief. Wait, company? Not your inbred family members, I suppose.
No, total strangers.
Oh, thank God.
And those inbred relatives of mine are your inbred relatives too, you know.
Whatever.
Spirit who hast dived so deep, spirit who has soared so high.
My eyes! I'm blind! I'm blind!
Thou the fearless, thou the mild, accept the boon thy worth hath earned. Ascend the car with me. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were there.
And you are?
Percy Shelley, the poet. I'm a guest of your wife's.
Well, that explains you being so
Well,
goofy.
you see, my girlfriend and her sister Double Dog dared me to streak through the castle and,
Double dog
Yes,
dad?
see, that's why I had to do it, because, a regular dare you can totally ignore, but a double dare or a double dog dare...
Yes, I
especially
know
at
how
this
that game works. And I would actually throw you in the dungeon if you were one of those idiots who picks truth when playing. I am a politician. I have very little use for the truth, as it were.
Your Majesty, who is this? Is this a new royal fool? Is this because I wiped your bum too hard?
Nay, but believe me, fool, you will never fill in for the groom of the stool again.
Yes!
This be the poet, Percy
Oh,
Shelley.
big fan of your work, sir.
Really?
Oh, yes, sir.
Percy, Claire and I are waiting for you.
Spirit of nature, here in this interminable wilderness of worlds, at whose immensity even soaring fancy staggers. Here is thy fitting temple.
Yet not the lightest leaf that quivers to the passing breeze is less instinct with thee, yet not the meanest worm that lurks in graves and fattens on the dead, less shares thy eternal breath.
Spirit of nature, thou imperishable as the scene, here is thy fitting temple.
Huh. Fool me thinks I miss the ghosts.
Me too, sire. Me too.
I can't believe your mother is attending my father's Kabbalah class.
I know. I must be heading home soon.
So, Florian, when will I see you again?
Look, Zeke, I'm not
But
sure.
you told me you love me.
And I do. I truly do. But it's not that easy for a prince to sneak out of the castle, believe it
You've
or not.
got to be careful. My parents should be coming home any minute. I'm supposed to be studying my Talmud.
So?
Remember Leviticus. You're a Catholic. It's part of your faith, too.
Old Testament. We kind of ignored that one.
Naughty.
Am I?
Yes. Very.
I will accept my punishment.
Get up. My father's very old-fashioned.
Yet he lets non-Jews study Kabbalah?
Yeah.
Only a Jewish man who is 40 years old or older is supposed to be able to study it. And my mother? Well, that certainly doesn't describe her. Now,
Oh,
does it?
please. My father thinks Kabbalah is nonsense.
What?
Many Jewish people do, but it's part of our people's history, so it's worth studying, I guess.
Kabbalist Tree of Life.
Put the book down.
Can I see your tree
Florian,
again?
stop. You're the heir to the throne. You're expected to marry and have children.
Yeah, so?
So, you can't just go around falling in love with men.
1 minute you're upset that I don't know when I'm coming around again. Now you're kind of pushing me away.
I don't know, okay? We just committed what I was taught is an abomination, and what you've been taught is one as well. Seriously, Florian, I don't get you.
I am a royal. I am encouraged to commit abominations. I just have to keep them secret. That way, they don't count.
But God is always present. God knows what
Are
you're
you
up to.
saying he sees me when I'm sleeping? He knows when I'm
Yes.
knows when I've been bad or good.
Yes.
So I should be
Be good for goodness sake.
Psych! I can't believe I got you to sing a Christmas song.
You did not.
Too.
No, you did not get me to sing a Christmas
I'm afraid I'm going to have to bend you over my knee. Naughty, naughty.
No.
Oh God, I do love you.
Don't use his name in vain.
Sorry.
My parents.
It's a disease.
What is?
You remember the other night as I looked through your father's telescope up on the roof?
Yes, you do that every night.
She doesn't mean a regular, like, scientific telescope, right?
Dude!
But the alignment of the planets, remember? Remember what I said about the alignment of the planets? Oh. Prince
Oh, Your
Floyd.
Highness. I'm so sorry.
No bowing, not necessary. But you were saying, the planets.
Disaster! They spell
And,
disaster.
again, they always spell disaster to
Hey,
you.
don't speak to your mother that way. We like to be prepared. Besides, it's actually a disaster of catastrophic proportions right now. I don't think your mother predicted it as she so close.
I did too predict it.
Oy vey Maria.
Florian, you might be spending a little too much time here, boycha.
I'm sorry, sir.
No. Good you're here this time, maybe.
What's going
The
on?
king has issued a decree. That decree's declaring that our people must leave Transylvania before the new moon, or we will send his troops to imprison all of us with the journalists.
What?
He blames us for the sun being blotted out. He's saying it's witchcraft.
I told you that disaster would happen, but would you listen to me? No, of course.
Mom!
I told your father that he was inviting disaster when he let those minor celebrities study Kabbalah under our roof.
Queen is no minor celebrity.
Not her. Those other ones. You know, the ones that were visiting on their way to Lake Como in
Percy
Italy.
Shelley is a great poet with
He's
passion.
a flash in the pan.
Lance Florian, maybe you can talk to your father, reason with him.
I will do my best, sir.
Zeke, why don't you go to your bedroom?
What's going
Never
on?
you mind that. Just go to your bedroom.
Not like that.
Okay. I have a plan.
You have a plan?
Yes. Why? Is that such a shock? Okay. You know that dress mannequin that I have in the basement?
You're gonna make a dress?
No. See, that's no mannequin.
Whew! I was wondering what human being would have had such proportions. That thing is even bigger than your
Really?
mother.
We're on the brink of Armageddon in our little community here, and you're still making fun of my mother. I mean, your mother was no prize either. That woman was raised by wolves.
Okay. Sorry. You're right. So what's your plan for this dress mannequin that isn't a dress mannequin,
I was
apparently?
reading one of your books, the one about forbidden knowledge.
You violated scripture and read my
Don't
books?
get off of it. You let Gentiles study Kabbalah and throw a huge costume party, inviting them here every Purim. I don't want to hear.
The forbidden knowledge book? You read that one?
Again. Yeah. Leave your books laying around like you do. What do you expect?
Fine, but I haven't even been able to read that one.
Really?
I don't even know where it came from. Just seemed to appear out of nowhere one day. And I read a few pages and I had the worst nightmare that night.
Never mind all that. Now just go get that mannequin.
You just said it wasn't a mannequin?
Just go get it.
What's this piece of paper?
I can't say it.
I get it. You made a golem.
He's not a golem yet.
You're amazing. You truly are.
Mom? Dad? What are you doing?
Go back to your room. You've seen nothing.
Miriam, why not just tell our son the truth?
Oh, fine. If this works, he's gonna know about it in the morning anyway.
So what's that
It's
thing?
gonna be a golem.
A golem?
Yeah, it will be brought to light by incantation.
What does it do?
Well, hopefully, it will guard our community and fight off those who wish to attack us.
And what are you laughing at?
No way is that going to work. Sounds like a fairy tale.
Go to your room.
Fine, fine. You two have fun with your little
Go
games.
to your bed right now, young man. Kids tonight.
So disrespectful of their elders.
Of course. What if it doesn't work?
Yeah. Then we'll never hear the end of it.
Have you ever come into contact with an actual living, walking golem before?
No. But my Uncle Herschel insists one saved his life one time.
Well, that's comforting. So what do we do next?
Okay. Now, you're going to place the amulet around our would-be golem's neck.
Let's see.
And you say the phrase that's on the paper.
Lumina estreven viata sun proud bijab gasgard.
It's alive! It's alive!
It's alive!
It's alive!
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read, which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal, these words appear. My name is Osmondius, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty and despair. Nothing beside remains round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare to the lone and level sand stretch far away."
Yes, we've heard that
This
one.
place is the pits.
You're missing it. The golem is now picking up the court jester, the cook, and the groom of the stool, and juggling them.
Face it, Percy. We've totally been upstaged.
By that golem?
This is the second party of the Queen's throne to show off that thing.
Is it true that it has grown to be 50 feet tall now?
Shut up, Percy.
What if we all go streaking?
We did that the last time the golem was here, and nobody
The
noticed.
golem was only 20 feet tall then.
So, Dad, Rabbi Frankenstein and his people can stay in the kingdom, right?
Why? The golem is proof of witchcraft.
What?
Rabbi Frankenstein and his family are to be arrested and thrown in the dungeon with the reporters.
Dad,
But
wouldn't it be
what?
more dangerous to have the witches in the dungeon, in the castle, with us living in the castle as well?
No, because the dungeon is a symbol of God's justice. The devil will have no power there.
Good sir, if I may interject.
Percy Shelley, you are a guest in this castle. If you wish to keep your head, you will shut up now.
You are all missing Rabbi Frankenstein's puppet show.
Puppet show?
Yes, about the history of the Jewish people.
A puppet show?
Yes!
Not much of a showman. I mean, 50-foot golem followed by a puppet show.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Ottomans!
What?
Ottoman forces are charging toward the castle.
They outnumber us! They outnumber us!
We're under attack.
So you all thought I was overreacting to the witchcraft. Seem us I was right.
Oh, shut up! Now is not the time!
Look! The golem! The golem has grown to 100 feet tall and is single-handedly fighting off the Ottoman invaders.
What?
The crisis has passed.
The golem has saved us.
Seems so.
Perhaps I was a bit rash in my judgment then.
Perhaps.
Don't make me get your old whipping boy for servants to beat again.
Ooh, hot.
Really, son? What's wrong with you?
And this is Rabbi Frankenstein.
I hereby declare that you and your people are allowed to stay in the kingdom.
Thank you, my
That
lord.
golem of yours is incredible.
Thank you, sire.
And so big.
My queen, the golem, seems smitten with you.
Yes, he certainly does. I feel like a young schoolgirl again.
The queen is not the one that the golem is smitten with.
Me? The golem is smitten with me?
No. That golem single-handedly fought off an army.
Bent with sublime Archimedean art to breathe a soul into the iron heart of some machine, portentous or strange.
Oh, stop. Nobody wants a poet at a time like this.
Yeah, I want to break me off a piece of that golem. Hey, Mr. Golem, take a look at these!
Claire, you're making a fool of yourself. He'd rather see these.
What? Mary? Mary? Oh, lift me from the grass. I die. I faint, I fail. Let thy loving kisses rain on my lips and eyelids pale. My cheek is cold and white, alas. My heart beats loud and fast. Oh, press it to thine own again. Word will break at last.
Is it weird that I'm strangely turned on by him right now?
I don't know. I'm gonna go stroke my chicken.
Swiftly walk over the western wave, spirit of night, out in the misty eastern cave, where all the long and lone daylight thou wovest dreams of joy and fear, which make thee terrible and dear. Swift be thy flight. Death will come when thou art dead. Soon, too soon, sleep will come when thou art fled. Of neither would I ask the boon I ask of thee, beloved night. Swift be thine approaching flight. Come soon. Soon.
Well, way to kill a mood.
My love, you missed dinner.
You came back to me.
Of course I did.
I came back too.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hello, I'm here too, you know.
Claire Claremont?
Do I know you?
I saw you and your sister and her boyfriend visited my father's Kabbalah class.
I'm Percy's girlfriend too.
Okay.
Beautiful night out.
Yeah.
So you're Rabbi Frankenstein's son?
Yeah.
Your father built that golem.
Yeah, I always used to tell my parents I wish I had a big brother, but that's not quite what I had in mind when I said that.
Older siblings aren't that cool.
I guess not.
You get lonely?
Yeah.
And you have no siblings?
Nay.
Well, believe you me, you'd still be lonely if you had them.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Percy's hot, but I'm not really that into him.
No.
In a way, I guess Byron still has my heart, freakish as he may be.
Right. You guys are joining him at Lake Como later this summer, aren't you?
Yes.
Must be cool hanging out with someone like Percy. Someone who knows Lord Byron personally.
No, Percy wouldn't know Byron if it wasn't for me.
Really?
Yeah, I was an actress. Byron was the director of the Drury Lane Theater.
Casting couch?
Nah. I wrote him asking for career advice. We became pen pals. Then we became, well, pals.
Wow. So what happened?
He was married.
Yeah, I can see that being a problem. I don't know if I could be with someone who was married. Married and maybe had children.
No, silly goose. That wasn't the deal breaker for me.
It wasn't?
No. It was after his wife threw him out that the real trouble began.
Oh, okay.
I caught the fucker in bed with his own half-sister.
Yikes!
Although, who am I to judge, really? I've shared a bed with my own sister and her boyfriend.
Good point.
You seeing anyone?
Well, no, not really.
Not really means yes.
No, not really can mean no.
Then why the need to say really? That's some political doublespeak right there.
It's not.
It is too.
No.
If you're not seeing anyone, then this is okay.
Well,
Was it not okay?
I don't know. It was different.
Different from what?
The really, I guess.
So, does the really have a name?
They do.
Should the really feel threatened by me?
Perhaps.
Wow.
I feel. I don't know.
You kiss good.
Thank you.
You're interesting.
In what way?
There's an innocence about you. You're almost virginal. But with the really, I don't get why that is.
Want to try to figure it out a little more?
We really do need to get to know each other better. Like out of our clothes.
Perhaps.
Where is that music coming from?
It's from me. The golem is serenading me with a mandolin.
Holy moly!
When did the golem ever get a mandolin that big?
I know.
Kind of makes me feel small and insignificant.
Oh,
in comparison.
please. A mandolin that big? The golem's clearly overcompensating for something.
Claire, is everything okay?
Yes. Why?
Nothing. Just normally by now you're
Oh,
joining.
you guys want me to join?
Not necessarily right now. Percy's finishing himself, imagining Byron being there watching.
Byron? Must he be imagining Byron?
It's kind of hot, isn't it? The idea of Byron and Percy doing
Get
stuff.
that image out of your head. Not my Byron. Not my
Oh
Byron.
my God. You're not over him, are you?
You are so wrong. I'm over him. Totally over him.
The lady doth protest too much.
I'll show you how over Byron I really am.
My husband would like to buy your golem from
Golem
you.
is not for sale. He's to protect my community.
But my husband has said your people are able to stay.
And if he should change his mind?
What mind? Oh, sorry. Ignore that. I never said such a thing.
Well, I'm sorry, Your Majesty. The golem is not for sale, and that is final.
Fine. Guard!
Yes, Your Majesty?
Place the Rabbi Frankenstein under arrest.
Mom, you can't.
Can't what?
Have the Rabbi Frankenstein arrested.
Watch me.
Mom?
Son, you will one day rule Transylvania. You must learn there are times one must be ruthless.
But...
Remember your great-grandfather used to impale people outside the castle walls. Terrified some of the peasants, but more importantly, it terrified the enemies of our great
Yes,
nation.
I know. You and Dad are always going on and on about him. You seem to forget the part where the country wound up being invaded anyway, and one of those enemies who was so terrified of him cut his head off.
Oh, I see you've been reading again.
He isn't my great-great-great-grandfather. We're not even descended from him.
How dare you!
It's true. My great-great-great-grandfather was the invader who cut off the tyrant's head.
That is a vulgar
Mom?
lie.
That was your great-great-grandfather.
Well...
And your second cousin. And somehow my nephew.
That's it. Go to your room, young man, and think about what you've said.
Yes, Mother.
Where's the king?
Why?
Apparently, the pineapple farmers are revolting.
Oh, come now. They can't be that revolting. They make good enough money to take care of themselves.
What's wrong? I thought we were having fun.
What's going on there?
Not a clue. Anyway, fool. I mean guard. What's with the pineapple farmers?
Due to the gloomy and nasty weather, their crops have all withered and died, and they're getting ready to storm the castle.
Not to fear. We have the golem.
Oh, yeah. The golem.
Igor, a local pineapple farmer, is visiting the castle today to speak with the king. The king is still asleep. So, Igor has found himself stuck alone with Percy out on the terrace. Percy is trying to, I don't know, liberate the farmer? Despite being born to wealthy parents of great influence, Percy has always prided himself a champion of the common man. I admire this aspect of his personality, but worry that he's beginning to get on the king's nerves. It was one thing when we first arrived and the queen was always there to sort of protect Percy, but with the golem and everything else that's been going on, the queen has begun to ignore us. That does not bode well.
Percy Shelley, I'm the last of the pineapple farmers that their golem the king sent out stepped on and crushed all of the other pineapple
But see,
farmers.
this is why the pineapple farmers need to unionize. Collective bargaining.
Can we have collective bargaining if I'm the only one? Besides, the king and I have always had an open door policy, so I never felt the need for a union.
Open door policy, eh? Sounds great.
The king does like to slam that open door shut. Real hard, though, I tell you.
You yourself could be the head of the union.
The head of the union? Kind of like a king, then? I do like the sound of it.
No, nothing like a king. You would go out and recruit new pineapple farmers to join your union. You would then represent them.
Right now, I'm the only pineapple farmer left in the land?
No, we've covered that.
So then, why would I want to recruit more farmers and give up my monopoly?
But monopolies are bad.
Not for me. They sure ain't. No thank you, Mr. Shelley. I think I'm gonna stick to the open door policy that has worked for me so far.
My love, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I just had that nightmare again.
About the dark, scary cave?
Yes.
Well, you're here. Nothing will hurt you as long as I'm here.
Yes.
Oh, if it isn't the last of the pineapple farmers.
Your Majesty, I am sorry for how the other farmers rose up against you. I wasn't with them. I hope you believe me when I tell you that.
Thank you for your loyalty.
You ain't gonna have the golem stomp on me and my family now,
No,
is
of course not. As soon as the sun returns to the sky, I will have need for a pineapple farmer again.
Thank you, sire. Thank you. Thank you.
You and the other commie pinkos are still here then?
Only for another day, Your Majesty.
Good.
Again, thank you for your hospitality.
What in the name of heaven is this?
Dad, I can explain. It's not what you think.
Can't believe the heir to my throne is a sodomite.
Oh, see, it's definitely not what you think then. No, I'm not the sodomite. He was the one doing the penetrating, so that makes him the sodomite, I think.
I finally figured out what has brought darkness upon my land. Guard!
Yes, sire.
Throw my son into the dungeon with the journalists.
Oh no, not the journalists. Please not that. Anything but that. Wait, what's a journalist?
Oh, you will soon find out.
What's going on? Why is our son being arrested? Did he try to poison you and overthrow you again, dear? Because if so, that's no reason to arrest him. After all, kids will be kids.
He has brought shame upon our land. I found him in bed with...
A sheep? A
the
goat?
Rabbi Frankenstein's son.
Oy vey.
Arresting your own son is extreme, don't you think?
I agree.
Of course! You're the reason for this. You have corrupted my son.
I? As in me?
With all your free love and debauchery. See what you have invited into our home?
Nonsense!
I am mostly heterosexual, sire.
Mostly?
So you have been with men and corrupted my
No,
son.
I have been saving my ass virginity for Lord Byron later this summer.
Guard?
Yes, sire.
What happened? Where is your twin brother, the guard?
He's down in the dungeon, partying with the journalists.
What?
Apparently, they all have something going on down there called the pass-around party bottom.
What is that?
I don't know. But I have never heard such ruckus.
Perhaps then it wouldn't be wise to throw the poet down there just yet.
I want to go. I want to go. I'm not sure what a pass-around party bottom is, but I would love to find out.
I have a better punishment for Percy Shelley right now.
What?
You're staying here for at least another 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm inviting your wife to stay with us as
Please,
well.
no, anything but that! Anything! I'll be your slave! I'll spit shine your shoes! I will let you do anything to me, but please, not that.
I could use a groom of the stool while the regular is still on vacation.
What about me? Please, not me. King, please.
You wipe too hard.
Oh, so I wipe too hard now, sire. You don't think I'm capable of wiping?
Shouldn't we see if the queen is alright?
No.
Your Highness! Your Highness!
Oh! You gave me quite a start.
A visitor.
What? Another? I know I love to open up the palace to people all the time, but even I am beginning to think it's a bit crowded in
Please,
here.
ma'am, I'm looking for my father.
And who, pray tell, are you?
Lucinda, the eldest daughter of Transylvania's #1 pineapple farm.
Yes, I was right. It is way too crowded here. Have her thrown in the dungeon.
What?
Your Majesty, she has 32 brothers and sisters.
32? Really?
You guessed, Your Majesty.
Well, maybe she's not that boring after
And they all share the same bed of straw to sleep at night.
My poor dear, you simply must stay here for a week or two, at least.
Really?
A bed of your own. Satin sheets.
Why?
King-size bed.
That would be wonderful.
Cool. My husband can sleep on the couch tonight.
Your Majesty.
Tell my husband he is to sleep on the couch. Our honored guest. What was your name again, dear?
Lucinda.
My cousin, Lucinda, the Duchess of Lunacy, shall be sleeping in his room.
Very good, Your Majesty.
Now, fool, release my son from the dungeon. I don't want him being traumatized by a pass-around party bottom.
Wait, you know what that is?
Of course I do. My father was one. It's why my mother's father had him killed.
I'm so
Your
sorry.
mother's father-in-law had your father killed.
Yes, Cousin James had my father killed.
However did he get away with it?
Old family secret. Little squirt bottle with poison in
What
it.
kind of poison?
Old family recipe.
Also an old family secret, I presume.
You presume correctly. Anyway, Cousin James snuck into my parents' bedchamber one night and dripped the poison into my father's
How do you
ear.
know this?
I was in there plotting to kill my mother the same way. But I decided not
What
to.
on earth could your mother have done to make you want to kill
I'm
her?
a girl. And she was my mother. Jeez. Does there need to be any more of an explanation than that?
Oh. Okay, yeah, I guess I see your point.
Mom was quite fond of my father, really. They had a perfect marriage. She didn't like being touched. He never touched her. It was quite perfect.
Yes, Your Majesty.
You're scheming, aren't you?
Nay, not scheming. It's only scheming if a man does it. I'm just being a woman. And I do believe Lucinda, the Duchess of Lunacy, and my son Florian will make a most handsome couple once I make her over.
Excuse me, have you seen my daughter?
I'm afraid the queen has gotten hold of her.
Oh?
She's trying to pass her off as a duchess and a possible date for Prince Florian.
Really?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Sorry.
For what? I was hoping this would all pan out.
You were?
Let me guess. That cock and bull story about her sleeping on a bed of straw with her 50 brothers and sisters really got the queen's attention and sympathy.
Actually, I believe Lucinda said she had 32 brothers and sisters she had to share a bed of straw with.
What? Well, I'm gonna have to take a switch to that girl when she comes home. She's such a bad goddamn liar. She really does have 32 brothers and sisters.
Hey, the truth worked, didn't it?
Yes, I guess it did. I guess it did.
Everyone, make way for the Duchess of Lunacy, Lucinda de Leonaggio.
Greetings! The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain.
Very good. Son, you must meet your cousin, the Duchess of Lunacy, Lucinda.
I don't remember ever hearing of a cousin, the Duchess of Lunacy, but I'm charmed to make your acquaintance.
Why don't you show her the garden?
All right.
Was that my Lucinda just now?
Yes.
She looks like a princess.
And if she plays her cards right, she can become one.
Oh, what's the
I
matter?
bought a new apron to impress the golem, and he didn't notice.
It's a very pretty apron.
Thank you.
I can't believe you're wearing white, though.
But that golem totally ignored me. He's too fascinated following after Prince Florian and the Duchess Lucinda of Lunacy.
No! She'll fall for him just like all the other women. And then my son will have no broodmare to procure an heir to the throne.
I don't think it was wise to laugh at the golem.
Please! The freak show!
How dare you? The golem is not a freak.
How dare you speaking to the Duchess of Lunacy thus?
Give it up, ma'am. I'm not doing this charade any longer.
Guard!
Yes, Your Majesty. Hello. How can I serve you?
Throw that ungrateful wench into the dungeon.
Which one?
Seriously?
How am I ungrateful?
You have the hottest thing in Transylvania throwing himself at you right now.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm the hottest thing in Transylvania right now, but thank you.
Not you, Tinseltoes.
How dare you call my son a name like that?
What do I care? You're throwing me in the dungeon anyway.
Oh, I see how it is. Fine. If you're going to be that way, then I'm not throwing you in the dungeon.
Fine.
Fine. And let that be a lesson to you, young lady.
What does it matter to you if the Duchess of Lunacy doesn't take a liking to the golem? You have a thing for him anyway.
So?
So?
And?
What?
I don't know. You started it.
Did not.
Did too.
Wait, did I?
You did.
I did?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, for God's sake, I've seen trees that have more brain power than the two of you.
I beg your pardon.
Finally! Showing the Duchess of Lunacy the respect she deserves.
May I interject?
Oh, you're still here.
I believe what Florian was trying to point out is that Duchess Lucinda not being interested in your golem should be good news for you.
How so?
Less competition.
You think you're competition?
Well, I am, after all, a duchess.
And I'm a domestic goddess.
And I am beginning to wonder if I should have just done something to further upset the king so I could be the pass around party bottom in the dungeon right now.
It's the golem. It's the golem.
What the devil is he doing?
It's like he's getting down on one knee.
That's so romantic.
It's lame. Totally lame.
Oh my God! He's pulling the ring out from his
butt. Okay, you can say it. He's pulling the ring out of his ass crack.
He's proposing.
To you. He's proposing to you. Wait. He's proposing to a stuck-up, pretty little wench like you.
Oh, you can have him.
Too late. Even if he were to choose me now, I would refuse. He had his chance.
You're seriously still proposing to me? I mean, really? Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean, I'm not marrying no walking, talking, oversized rock garden. Not now. Not ever.
Now, excuse me, Duchess, but I don't think you should anger the walking, talking, oversized rock
Oh,
garden.
no?
Wow, so, Miss Looney Tunes over there, do you think maybe, just maybe, upsetting the golem was, I don't know, the most brain-dead fucking stupid thing you could possibly do?
Queenliness. What is it, child? The poet guy over there just insulted me.
What? Is this true, Master Shelley? Have you indeed insulted the Duchess of Lunacy?
No offense, Your Highness, but don't you think there are more persistent issues at hand right now?
Such as?
An angry golem storming through the kingdom whose stomping about is probably causing mass destruction on a level never seen before?
How dare you? First you insult the Duchess of Lunacy, and now the heroic golem who saved our country from the Ottomans. God?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I was in the middle of a costume change.
No.
There's no need for sarcasm. That's totally uncalled for.
It was totally called for.
Place the poet Percy von Henry Schmidlap Shelley under arrest.
Seriously?
You must learn to respect your superiors.
Yeah, dork.
Here's that squirt bottle you asked me for, my lady.
Thank you very much.
Is there anything else you need, my lady?
I request everyone retire for the evening. It's gotten way too rowdy here this evening, even for my tastes.
But there's still the golem going on a rampage.
So? Was he headed towards this castle or away from it?
Away from it, of course. But
So, whatever that golem is up to can wait till morning. Or until after intermission. Whichever comes first. Good night.